comes to consumer choice, consumer behavior, two interesting things are happening all over the world. First of all, in countries all over the world, an emerging middle class are saying, I care more than ever about whether the products that I buy and the companies I buy from are good and sustainable, and I feel good about that choice. And the second thing is companies are falling all over themselves all over the world to tell us how good and wonderful they are and how we ought to buy from them because of that. But the interesting thing is it's backfiring on many companies all over the world who are telling us how good they are, but it's not holding up to scrutiny. I'm Dr. John Izzo. I'm in the business of conversations that make the difference, and I want to talk today about how a company can maybe really take advantage of that trend and do good in the world at the same time. Early in my career, one of my mentors said to me about my own business, it's really important to underpromise and overdeliver. So the first thing I want to suggest is if you want to be a successful company, make sure you underpromise and overdeliver. I think of Walmart as an example. Now, love them or hate them, Walmart has taken some of the largest steps in terms of sustainability and going green in a short period of time of really any large company in the world, including working on their supply chain to get that supply chain to be green and sustainable. What really fascinates me, though, is that Walmart has not made a big deal out of it, which really interested me. In other words, unlike many companies that overpromise and underdeliver, who make all kinds of promises about how good and sustainable that they are, and then get attacked, Walmart has pretty much been satisfied to do their good work and let the rest of the world notice and tell their story. You know, I think in every arena of life, be good and let people notice, not tell us how good you are, and then wind up not living up to it. So first, underpromise, overdeliver. The second thing is if you're going to make promises, make sure that you really ask yourself if you're living up to them. One of the things I've noticed about consumers all over the world and employees is our BS meters are pretty good today. People are really looking for the truth, and they know it when they don't see it. And so one of the things is that let's say you've put a claim out there about we're sustainable, we're responsible, you should buy from us. Make sure in your company you're constantly asking, is this really true? How can we deepen it? How can we actually make an alignment between what we say is true of us and what is actually true? And one of the things I find with companies that I work with is those companies that are systematically asking that question, here's what we're saying, but here's what we're actually delivering. Let's close the gap, or the ones that are going to stay successful. And here's the interesting thing. As I said, all over the world, the emerging middle class, especially in developed countries, developing countries, not just developed countries, are saying we care if those we buy from are good and sustainable. But the bottom line is consumers are very skeptical. So underpromise, overdeliver, and second, if you make a promise, make sure you're asking systematically every day in every choice, are we living up to that? Because remember, people are going to notice and they're going to tell you and it's going to backfire on you. I'm Dr. John Izzo. I'm in the business of conversations that make the difference. I'd love to hear from you. What's your company doing to both tell your story effectively, but more importantly, to live that story? And how are you under-promising and over-delivering?